Hey guys, today on Ashmore Arboretum Homestead, I'm going to show you how to set up your very own low tunnel greenhouse in under 20 minutes. Okay guys, the first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and set up our grinder with a cutoff wheel. And the way you do that, you take one of these cutoff wheels and there's a bushing on here. And you slide your cutoff wheel over top of that bushing. And then you take your lock nut, you place it on, screw it down, and there's this button right here that will lock this head in place so it doesn't twist anymore. So go ahead and find it and then depress that button until it locks into place. Take your spanner wrench and you're going to just tighten this bushing down. And now by doing this, you've got your grinder set up for cutting off your rebar stakes. Okay guys, now cutting these stakes is pretty simple. I'm using 1/2-inch rebar for 1/2-inch EMT. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 20-inch stakes. So I went and picked up some 10-foot sticks of rebar from the lumber yard. And with a Sharpie and a tape measure, just mark off 20 inches. And this does not have to be exact. It's just a stake. If I'm off a little bit one way or the other, it's not the end of the world. And I'm going to cut 2 at a time, or try to anyway. Get the lid back on this so I don't make any more of a mess. Now, as always, when you're using power tools, I suggest you use your eyes and ears. So here we go. And folks, there we have 2 20-inch stakes that we'll use to hold our hoops in place. And I'll show you that coming up. Okay guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to our garden area, whatever area you have selected. We're going to go ahead and pound in those 20-inch stakes. I've already done that out here at 5-foot intervals. So I have 2 stakes here. I go another 5 foot, have another 2 stakes, another 5 foot, and have another 2 stakes. That's the recommended distance between your hoops in order for this greenhouse material and this row cover to not sag too much in between the sections. So I've already gone ahead and done that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hoops and you simply just slide it over top of this rebar. We go to the other side. Then you might need to finagle it a little bit and slide it over top of this rebar. Make sure it's seated all the way. Now, that is how we install these hoops out here for our low tunnel caterpillar over top of this garden row. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on hyperspeed because there's no sense in making you watch me do this 100 times. So I will be right back. All right, now it's time to install the frost cover itself. And this can be a little bit tedious if you're doing it by yourself like I am today. But I have found if you just drape it over your arm and let it go as you walk, that seems to be a pretty efficient method of getting it at least over top of your hoops. So you can come back and add your clamps a little bit later. Now, I ordered this. This is a 10-foot wide by 50-foot long frost blanket. I got a little bit twisted here, but that'll be okay. And we will just get this draped over temporarily. Now I'm going to use this other hoop down here to help hold it in place. Now, you can order actual greenhouse clips, and that's what I've got here. These clips, they are just small clamps with a 1/2 inch diameter opening when you open them up. These are made out of stainless steel. Guys, these are really cheap. I got 60 of them, I think, for like $13. And we're just going to go along. I'm going to put one on here arbitrarily right now just to start it. And I'll come back and make adjustments in a moment. Now, in our zone of 7B, 7A, 6B, whatever they want to call it now, it changes every couple of years. Our last frost date is roughly the April 15th. But by adding this frost cover, we're able to extend our growing season by about 3 to 4 weeks on the front of spring and about 3 or 4 weeks at the end of summer and the fall. And that really is a significant time frame if you want to grow year-round food. Last year, we were able to harvest lettuce all the way into December. And this year, we're going to try some of our colder crops, see if we can get some of them harvested in December. So I'm just going to go along now, and I'm going to add these clips. And I'm not going to make you watch this whole process because this is going to take a while to get this entirely set up. So I'm going to come up there, I'm going to put you guys on hyperspeed, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have clamps on both sides of this low tunnel, I'm going to go along with these clamps here, and I'm going to fill in. I'm probably going to put 4 or 5 on each one of these hoops because I don't want it to go anywhere. We do get some pretty strong winds. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, folks, now I'm going to show you the final step in getting this set up is how to tie off the ends. We're going to come over here. Now our wind, let me move this out of the way. Our wind usually comes from that direction. So I'm going to bunch this all up, bunch it up, gather it up, bring it over here. Oh, looks like I missed a clamp. Right there. I'm going to bunch this up, bring it on the downwind side. Bring it on the downwind side. And I did that down there at the end already. I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm going to put 3 clamps right here. Now what this will do is this will ensure that this isn't going to blow open and tear this all off and turn this into a great big sail. But folks, it really is that easy to set up a low tunnel. Now I'm going to take you guys on a walk around real quick to show you what it looks like. Here, these are 45-foot rows. I have a 50-foot row cover. I guess these are about 42-foot rows right now. But I have a 50-foot row cover on this. And I showed you how to bend the hoops in a previous video. I showed you earlier how to cut the stakes. And look, it really is this simple to get stuff set up to grow your own food. Now, if you notice, we got organic matter from last year's crop. We have the leaves and stuff in here. I'm not going to clean that up. All that's doing is that's adding to the biodiversity that's inside of this garden bed. And that's good. That's what you want for your plants. So I want to show you this. Now, you don't want to bring this and stretch this so tight that it'll snap. You don't want to do that. You'll start to tear. You want to have a little bit of play in it, but you don't want to have so much that's going to catch wind and turn into a great big parasail. But folks, it really is that simple. I think I'm going to get some broccoli and cabbages started today in here. Okay, now that we have this set up, this entire project only took us about 20 minutes or so, and the majority of that time was taken up using the camera and getting shots set up. I showed you how to make these hoops in a previous video, and in this video I showed you how to go ahead and set up your low tunnel in roughly 20 minutes or so. This is a 42 or 45 foot long low tunnel. We're going to be able to get a lot of cabbage and broccoli and so on underneath this. I have a couple more to set up, but I'm not going to show you that today. Now, if you have any questions about this kind of content and you want to learn more about growing your own and DIY projects, please give our channel a like, share, and subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It really does give us some motivation to continue to make these videos. And until next time, folks, thanks for watching.